The revolution will not be televised.
I like to sit and meditate on what it is I'm going to work on, or I meditate on the canvas, and after a while,
statements out to the people through his work, and you do the same thing, Q. So you're representing very well here on BET, the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute. Now we're going to take some time right now to see Malcolm Jamal in action right here on the BAF Solutions Network.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you all today for this Sinners Sunday live at the Black Achievement Fund's Kimmy Club. Yeah. Come on in the house, come on in the house. Today, we will talk some about one particular scene in the movie Sinners, and in particularly the song I Lied to You, which is the one song that some could say summarizes the entire film. And so let's just listen to a little of it. In just a second, we will listen to a little of I Lied to You. It's a 5-minute sequence in the movie, but some consider it a cinematic masterpiece. It is described both as an electrifying moment of cinematic and auditory transcendence by some.
And the future.
Somebody take me in your arms tonight. Oh. Somebody take me.
And then by the end
right.
of it, do you want to play the end one now?
Sure.
At the end?
Sure, let's play the end one now.
Well, somebody take me in your arms.
Would this be a ritual? We heal our people, and we be free.
Yes. So you can get some idea of that scene. It is a memorable one in the film. And the scene is both hunting, but at the same time is celebratory. So we see a little mix in there of that scene. Of course, it is situated in a Mississippi juke joint during the post-Prohibition era. The scene fuses music, history, and the supernatural all into one singular experience, which is what you see a lot of in this particular film. Now, what I neglected to say is that I am Julie Gordon, mother of Julian Gordon, who's here with me today as we kind of break down what is happening in this scene and with this song in particular. I lied to you. I lied to you. Just based on the title, Julian, what do you see as what could be a meaning behind this? We based on what we saw in the film and then just the title. I lied to you.
I think it has to do with sin. You know, they were talking about getting those parasites or vampires or demons out of you right before that song. So I think maybe that was the time, or maybe it was right after that song. That was when they had to eat the ginger. I think that was the song before they ate the ginger. But soon after that was when they ate the ginger. So it was the song getting ready for the next. It was a transition song. You know, it was like celebration and showing how wonderful our people are, creativity. And then we had to use that power that our ancestors gave us. We had to use some of that power in order to move on and actually heal the rest, because that was what the word said too at the end. It said we knew how to heal our people. So that was pretty big at the end. Here's an image of the South African Zulu dancer, and the South African Zulu dancer, that's one of the dancers that were there, and there was hip hop, and there were all these different characters. But I believe it was showing some of the transition between like the spirit world and the physical world.
So it was that connection that stood out to you, that somehow the supernatural is still there. And let me just read to us the lyrics for this song, I Lied to You, and see if something sparks your attention. It begins, something I've been wanting to tell you for a long time. It might hurt you. Hope you don't lose your mind. Well, I was just a boy, about 8 years old. You threw me a Bible on that Mississippi road. See, I love you, Papa. You did all you could do. They say the truth hurts, so I lied to you. Yes, I lied to you. I love the blues. Oh. So we're just stopping right there for a moment. How does that speak to you, and how in the movie, what is going on? It's kind of this first set kind of sets the stage for us. Tell us about that.
Now it sounds more like a story, a regular story, where the musician Sammy, he's saying it might hurt you, but I hope it doesn't. Like, I hope it's not, doesn't make you lose your mind. He's just saying everything that you did was great. You did all you could do. It's just, I really do love the blues. I think that's the big lie, where I was given a side of the story where it's like, whoa, totally extreme sin, like physical versus spiritual.
Right.
But it's really not that big of a deal when you actually read the lyrics. They're really just saying, hey, I lied to you because I love this music so much, and how can you be mad at somebody for for loving the blues. It's got our people through so much, and
Yeah.
there's so many different styles of blues. There's so much that people were able to get off of their chest, as opposed to the church, where they promote suppressing those negative emotions and then singing as if everything is great, like to God and Jesus. And yeah, there's some turmoil that comes out of Christian music, but it seems like blues, they really let it out a lot more, and that's what the name is. It's the blues.
Yeah. The blues really focuses upon our struggles and the pain and puts it at the forefront. And like you say, we don't shy away from that. We don't deny it. And it also allows us to be resilient people and know that this music can help us get through to the next whatever is happening in life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as you said, just that's why I like this just first part of the lyrics, because it is Sammy singing it and him saying that I've been wanting to tell you this a long time. I think we can relate to that. How as children we may have a different direction than our parents may see us going, or if we're in the church like Sammy was at the time, something that's different than we think or others think that we should do. And he's saying, yeah, hurt. I really hope this doesn't hurt you. But I understand it might, I hope you don't lose your mind behind it, because this is just what I love. And the Bible image, it's like, yeah, you put this in front of me. I know I grew up with it and raised on it. I'm a Mississippi boy on a Mississippi road, and that is just the way that the track goes for those in Mississippi as he sees it, and probably as Ryan Coogler sees it as well. And he's saying to his dad, yeah, I still love you. I love you, Daddy. You, like you said, you did all you could do. And yeah, the truth hurts, but I have to tell you, this is what I love. And we definitely experience that a lot, with not only with our parents, our children, but also with others in our lives, our teachers, some that would express. I know for you growing up, playing baseball was a real passion for you, as well as what continues to be a passion for you, drumming. And then you were presented by your coach. You were presented with either come to baseball practice all the time and get rid of this band, or you don't play baseball with us.
Yeah, good point. It's a great point. It's a
Yeah,
good way to
yeah.
sum that up. Yeah, some people don't want you to focus all your energy on different aspects of life. Some people just want you to be stuck on their way of living.
Yes.
And yeah, it doesn't make sense why one day out the week I can't go to band practice because it was only that one practice later in the evening for APS Youth Orchestra,
Yes.
Atlanta Public Schools Youth Orchestra. And then during the week, I was going to every practice, and yeah, there was one other first baseman, but I was the best one coming up in the freshman and the sophomore, and then they wanted me, but they didn't want me to. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, to have options. And we find that basically in the movies, those tensions of you can't have this if you have this, like the church and the blues being two separate things.
Yeah, that is strange.
And particularly when a lot of the music is mixed, is meshed in, and some of those songs that you were talking about earlier of pain and struggle that the church may not gear towards, or you don't hear as much in some churches, We do have psalms that are laments and that take that same type of angle as the blues. This is basically the lament is saying, I'm not happy, why, Lord, how long? Oh God, how long? And so that's the same type, but it's like saying you can have one, but you can't have the other. And why can't we have both? Why can't we experience both the supernatural and the physical at the same time and together?
That's a good question.
And so the lyrics go on and say, somebody take me in your arms tonight. Well, all right. Somebody take me in your arms tonight. Hey, yeah. Somebody take me in your arms tonight. Mm-hmm. Oh, mm-hmm. I like that break. I like that break in there. Somebody take me in your arms tonight. Hey, all right. Somebody take me in your arms tonight. Oh, hey, somebody take me. Hey, what is this? Somebody take me in your arms tonight. What are they trying to get across right here with this somebody? Take me in your arms tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one. It's like Sammy is experiencing this confession, if you will, to his father to say, yes, I love the blues and I want to play and experience the blues. And he confesses to his dad, but then it switches to somebody take me, take me. It is perhaps Sammy is looking at the transcendence of being in the church but wanting to be somewhere else. So somebody take me in your arms. And he still wants to be cared for like his dad cares for him, just in a different setting. I don't know. How does that resonate with you?
Yeah, that's one thing that I thought about was just saying, yeah, I just want to get out of here, just want to fly away and go experience something else.
Yeah.
Just like I believe he looks like he was most likely around the age of, getting out of your parents' home and going to start a new family and whatnot. Or for me, going out and going to college. So it was, he seems like he's around the time of college and everything, or, so the first thing that came to my mind, maybe something he wants to, we hear that in other songs talking about connecting with a spouse, I believe there's a song, take me in your arms. There's a song called "Take Me in Your Arms Tonight."
Okay. We'll have to
There's a
see
song.
if we can find that one, locate it, and see
Yeah.
if it helps us to spark something in our imagination in terms of Sammy's situation here and what Ryan Coogler may have wanted with this music. The lyrics go on to say, no, S-H-I-T, country boy, same war, I hope, I hope, I hope. I hope you can stand it all. Hey, 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 hey. What I'm out here doing. Hey, 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 hey. You didn't preach at all. Hey, 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 hey.
You're telling me I don't have to spend countless hours consolidating?
See? I'm full of the blues. Hey, 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 hey. Holy water too. Hey, 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 hey. I know the truth hurts, so I lie to you. Hey, so preach on. Speak your words. I know the truth hurts. Yes, I lied to you. I love the blues. I love the blues. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, I know the truth hurts. Hey, I lied to you. Oh, somebody, take me in your arms. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. This is the phenomenal song written by Raphael Sadiq and Gorison Ludwig Thomas Emil, or names he has. And so here we see him saying, acknowledging the fact that he is from Mississippi, he's a country boy. This the same war. Sounds like maybe he's been battling this religion versus blues, if you will, or gospel versus blues for a while. Saying, I hope you can stand it all. And then he seems to maybe give a little jab. I say when I'm talking, sometimes I give little jabs that I don't need to do. But it sounds like Sammy may have given a little jab saying, you didn't preach at all. See, I'm full of the blues. Holy water too. So it's like it's saying, Dad, I know you were saying something, but what you said didn't get down into my soul.
Yeah, you didn't preach. You didn't preach the cotton pickers that were when I was driving away after jamming, and then you didn't preach about the feeling that he got after seeing those cotton pickers, and then just started singing that blues song. So I don't see why it's demonic, or why the dad wants him to stay away from it so bad. It's really just the environment around the blues music.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
so much just the blues music. It's just the way that they let it out was away from the white man. It was away from uh, some of those structures. They had to do it in a less structured place, I believe. You know, it sounds like it's more in a place of drinking your woes away, you know, drinking and different activities that you do when you want to get away from trauma.
Yes, yes, yes. That and truth be told, that is often what that is, a trauma response to deaden whatever feelings and emotions that you are having. We often turn to substances. Fortunately for Sammy, it was his music and the blues that kept him able to continue to function, even though I think what you said about his dad not wanting him to be around that environment is not so much that the music itself is demonic. Sounds like what we say about money. Money is the root of all evil. It's not the money itself, it's what sometimes we do with the money that makes it a problem. It's the love of money when you're so obsessed with it that it's money over everything. And so
Yeah.
I think that may be part of the challenge for Sammy's father, is that you are putting this music above your God. You are putting this music above everything righteous that you know because we taught it to you. And but we go into these settings, and we did see that tension in the movie where, yes, Sammy was put into those spots where people are expressing themselves in a freer manner. So the drinking is a part of that, and we know that that can take you to a different emotional state. and oftentimes why we partake in it. And that is, if you're in a safe place, which I think is what the twins, Smoke and Stack, were doing when creating that juke joint all together, was trying to create a safe space where you could be free. You could be free to express yourself in a way that you can't outside those walls.
Yeah, I definitely resonate with that because when you play the drums or when you go out and you're a musician, then it takes you to that freedom place. And no matter what's around you, I always know that I'm blessed beyond measure. So just like he's saying here, holy water too. Yeah, I'm full of the blues. Like, yeah, I have some problems or some things that I don't want to go through at this very moment, but let me sing about it. Let me release some energy. Let's drum and dance real quick while, because I know that that's a part of life. Is always ups and downs. We're always going through these frequencies.
Yes.
But he knows that he's got a few depressive experiences being full of the blues, but he also has the holy water too to keep away those issues, those demons. And so preach on, speak your words. Like, he's not telling him that he doesn't like him preaching, or he doesn't like listening to him, or he doesn't like church. He's just saying, I like this music.
Blues.
So the song Lil Susie, this is the one.
Okay.
So if y'all want to look that up, I've been listening to that type of style music, those 90s hip hop mixed with pop type of Africa Bambaataa type of songs. And that's one of those type of old school, new school transitions.
Called Take Me in Your Arms.
Yeah, take me in your arms and promise don't you go. So when I first saw Take Me in Your Arms, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about love. Not so much get me out of here. It was more so just saying, love me unconditionally.
Yes. Yeah. That's that belonging piece that we've talked about the last couple of Sundays. Is we need to belong somewhere, and in this arena, I feel like I belong. It speaks to my soul. The blues speaks to me, even more so than the gospel. Although, Sammy walked back into the church when he was shell-shocked. So, and we know in the end, Sammy survived. He wasn't one of the ones who was changed, in a sense.
Hopefully.
And as far as we know,
he didn't.
As far as we know, he didn't get bit.
Right.
Even though he was around it all and surrounded by it. His cousins Smoke and Stack, the twins, were very protective of him, even in this whole arena of possibilities, which they were very familiar with because they've been in that life and they knew what could happen, and so they looked out for him in that regard. So we know he at least made it to the end of the film. He got an opportunity to get bit if he wanted eternal life in that sense.
Yeah, even at the end.
Even at the very end. But Sammy didn't choose that type of eternal life.
Yeah.
Which, there again, that holy water, that preaching that was instilled in him as a young person may have still affected his choices, his decision to say, no, I'm okay with where I am, and when I go, I will have eternal life in a different place than wanting to so-called live as the vampires.
Well, some people have the notion of the selling your soul to the devil, all that type of stuff. And some people believe that that's not really the way we see it in propaganda. Some people say that's just saying, yeah, he had to make a choice between music or family and everything else.
Yes.
So some people say, oh, selling your soul is just signing the contract for making music. But I believe that there's deeper aspects, spiritual aspects within the musical industry that does lead to people doing more debauchery and more things that are out of values just to get put on.
Yes.
So I believe that there is some type of vampire energy in the music business. And at the end of the movie, apparently the real character, the real person that was at the end of the movie, that was the real what the story was based on, and that was the real character. But he had the scratches
Marks
on his face, and
Yeah.
some people say that he sold his soul to the devil. But then, because some of his music talks about some of the dancing with the devil and things like that, but not at any time does he admit that he sold his soul to the devil. And it's also just the time, it could also just be that time where he had to run away from him. You know, he was given those opportunities even until he was even through his adulthood. So like you say, it seems like to us, from what we understand, he never did become a vampire. He always did enjoy just the music, that the music was the main focus.
Yeah.
Not turning other people into vampires, and like he didn't seem like his spirit was tainted or anything. So
Yeah, he was able to continue. And just like you said, it was the music. All for him just seemed like everything was all about the music, his love for the blues in itself. And he recognized his gift. And what was different from Father, Father may have known he had a gift, but he wanted to use it in a different way. Smoking Stack said, man, when you play that guitar and you sing, you're just on a different stratosphere. And so that gift was really noticed by them, and they were able to cultivate it so he could be in his, if you would, his own lane. Like you were talking about him being a young man, and we know at that point a lot of young people do want to explore and see what other things are available and find their passion. And so it wouldn't be unusual for him to say, you know, hey, Dad, I got to go spread my wings. It's time. And, you know, that's also not unusual for Dad, because Dad has been out in the world too. We don't know what he did before he preached, or what brought him to preaching. But oftentimes it's some experience. And Dad could say, well, you know, hey, it's like sometimes people say, if you play with fire, you're going to get burned. And oftentimes that's the case. And unless you really, really gifted at playing with fire in such a way that you can get burned, and there are only a few people that have those type of gifts or skills. But for the most part, that fire is going to burn you if you play with it. And I think it may be time for us to take a little break, and then we'll come back and talk more about this love letter to the blues.
Sure. So here's one of our members. You all know him very well. Been helping us out with the open mics, all kind of different things. His name is So9. He's a Haitian artist, and actually Haiti is going through a lot of a lot of great things right now. I just got news over at Westview Makerspace in the West End. Check out Westview Makerspace with Baba Philogene. He is a great person to go see. To talk about Haitian creativity, art. You can make your own clothes there. They got pottery classes, all kind of different events go on. And a part of the Haitian culture is music, and a lot of their spirituality, he was just explaining to us, has to do with freedom and how can they go through so many things, but yet they're still advancing and still know how to survive, know how to conquer, know how to uplift themselves, protect themselves, and the spiritual ancestors. He was saying, man, we take for granted these ancestors that we do have. And also, he said that the FIFA, they got in the World Cup tournament, so that's huge. And it was on the same day that one of their battles was, November 18th. And also, they had a Miss Universe winner from Haiti. So so it's in synchronicity that we play So 9 here, and I'll come back in just a second. Yeah, right there. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Woo! Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Good stuff, good stuff.
Shout out So 9,
Yes.
SEAUX9. And that was at the Camping Trip Festival. Had me on the drums, had some other musicians that were phenomenal, me and So 9. Also, my buddy Sam Bailey was on the piano, and he's one of my church buddies. So, you know, it
Yes.
definitely brings up the spiritual conversation, because you may hear that and it comes from a hip hop song. You know, got the hi hat.
Yes.
But then that bass is real. Doom, 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 doom. So, and then that's got some of the blues and some of that swing type of bass in it, and then the guitar has hip hop. He has some of the rock and roll and punk sound, and then with the piano, just bang, bang, bang. You know, it's just real smooth, and we're playing all different styles. And
Yes.
one of the musicians, Ramana, he was playing with the Hare Krishna folks. So we knew him from spiritual place as well, and doing ceremonies with the Hare Krishna folks. And he was one of the ones that had a wide range of um, music genres that he played with. And he was the one that suggested us doing the break, so that added more creativity. And then at the end, how we're going into that crazy. So anyway, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yep.
Yes, that was really good, really good. And just like with the song, I Lied to You. And in the movie Sinners, Ryan Coogler wanted us to see the interconnectedness of those genres. And
That's
you just
exactly what
named
I was.
several, and there are several in the film as well. And even today, sometimes we overlook the modern music. And so Ryan Coogler also included that in that scene as well. So we saw all types. Um, and it's interesting how that connection of the past and the future, or the present, if you will, is present. And what do you think, I guess, in that scene, were there any genres that surprised you, or any genres that maybe you thought was missing, like that maybe rock and roll, or did you see that, or was there some other form? Of course, we know we saw country all throughout the music, well, at least the Irish, and the country music in Mississippi, but any genres that maybe stood out to you as missing? You want to
Missing. I'm not sure about missing.
surprised
I
about?
could say I was surprised to see the djembe player come on out. The djembe guy started playing, and
Yes.
see if I can pause. Yeah, so that way I'm not playing the music all the way through, but I'll show how this looked again. So there was some of the rock and roll,
Yes.
like the funkadelic style type of rock and
P-funk.
roll, yeah, P-funk style. You'll see some ballroom dancing type of style. In the swing, you got the DJ. So the DJ was surprising, and that led us into the beatboxing. The ballet dancer was surprising. because it was going through the modern music, and then it kept going back to ancient times. Like this guy, they just went to hip hop and the b-boy, and then just this random djembe player comes up, and then they got the swing girl dancing to the twerking hip hop, the twerking type of dancing. So
Yes.
that was real cool. And then we've been able to see some of the relationship with the girl dancing, and there was also the South African Zulu dancer that definitely surprised me. I remember that part was very surprising, and because I actually just saw them in performance at the Ayatoros Drum and Dance Festival. And that was my first time seeing those type of dancers, the Zulu dancers, with the big mask, and their footwork is going crazy. Their face is
Really
still,
fast.
but their feet are just like going crazy, and their knees are bent, and they're like, man, it's impressive. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of impressive genres they put in there. Something missing, I don't know. That's where like you get a lot of different genres.
Yeah, he did a really good job of incorporating many of the genres of music, all the way from the storytelling with the African griots to the contemporary type pop culture. So even the little break dancing in there we saw, and it's just
Hey, go say that. Wait, time and space by collapsing time and space. Okay.
yes,
Yeah, we are time travelers. Musicians are time travelers. So, yeah, that's
yes,
big.
that is big.
People have told me that musicians are time travelers,
Yes,
and it's true because our music is from a place. A lot of it's ancient electromagnetic energies. These are ancient frequencies that you can't get away from. It's a reason why it's 7 or 8 notes.
yes, yes,
You see it over and over again. You see 7 or 8, or you get the 0 and the 1, and then you start looking at like 1, 2, 3, and then that's what a chord is. A chord is 3 notes, and that's the 1, 3, 5. So, and then there's certain numbers, numerology, and whatnot, electromagnetism. Even my djembe player, my djembe teacher, one of my first djembe teachers, Baba Haroon Black, he said, "Hey, this is astrophysics right here in this drum." He's like, "Yeah, I know you've been studying the astrophysics at that university and everything, but this is astrophysics right here."
right here in the drum.
So it's communication. It's communicating a lot, and we're bridging the gap of the space-time continuum. It comes from us, and then it goes back out into the universe, and it comes from the past, and then it goes into the future, and then you got the time that you're on, but then just like in the movie, there's always times. That's where why jazz is so popular, because it's improv. You have a bass line, a bass type of groove, but then you use all of the notes given to you in a different way, and it's bringing in the space travel.
Yes, very good, very good. That's definitely something to reflect upon and think about. And as a musician, you can tell that you're very familiar with that, as well as how physics plays into it. Definitely music and science are closely related, and that's why a lot of times people like yourself are drawn to both science and music, because of the interconnectedness there. And I know we're getting short of time, but certainly we could talk more about just that particular scene with in the juke joint with Sammy's performance of I Lied to You, and how we talked quite a bit about the musical intricacies of it. We could also talk more about the visual intricacies, and we just hit on that with some of what we saw in that scene without without listening to the music, just looking at what we saw. And there's so many metaphors that are present there, and definitely a significant scene for the movie, for us, talking about our culture and appropriation, when we try and assimilate into other cultures, and how we're able to actually, it's funny because I'm thinking we have assimilated into other cultures in different ways. However, us assimilating seems to be other cultures taking a lot of what is ours, such as the music that has
Preach,
come.
preach.
Yes, yes. So
Preach and
it's
preach it.
yeah. So it's definitely something to continue to reflect upon. One of the writers, Sadiq, he described his creative process in writing the music as a spiritual experience. And so we see that not only in the words that are written, but just even in the moans. And if some of you are churchgoers, you may know that you have been in the church. I had one of our preachers just used to say all the time, yes, 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 just yes, and that's what he was. Sadiq was able to bring in with this, and the other writer was able to bring in with this, with just those moans. It is deeply spiritual, and for that, we could just continue to say more about that, and how saying the truth hurts you. I really appreciate Julian being here with me this evening, how we can go more into that theme of love and betrayal, which is what we talked about with Sammy and his father, the gospel and the blues, and how all of that is able to bring up a lot of what we've experienced in our growing time. So from our ancestors to now. Definitely, we saw Julian talk about the African tribal drummers, the shamans, the DJs, hip hop, the guitars, the rock, the ballerinas, about how all of that is so beautiful, because in that space, all of that was together. It wasn't like that tension between gospel or blues, and one or the other, as we were saying earlier. He molded all of that together. I'm telling you, this is some incredible work, an incredible film. The more I look into it, the more I see it, the more I see and didn't know was there. So it's something that you can look at over and over and over again, and you will see something else in there. Just a powerful, powerful film. And so thank you all for being here with us. Do we have any other business to take care of before we say?
No, come on out before BAF Solutions, for the BAF Solutions Network every day at 1 p.m., Monday through Friday. And then on Sundays, you'll see us from 6 to 9 in person. So you'll get some behind the scenes footage, you'll get some love, some food, some camaraderie. We talked last week how important, or on Friday, how important watching the soul food movie is, and just spending time with family and watching movies together and spending time. So happy holidays to everybody. Hope y'all
Happy Turkey Day.
can come on. Y'all see it's a family affair. And we'd love for you all to be a part of our family.
Yes, yes. Go in peace, and may the peace of God go with you.
Ashe. Ashe-yo.
The revolution will not be televised.
Peace. I like to sit and meditate on what it is I'm going to work on, or I meditate on the canvas, and after a while,
Statements out to the people through his work, and you do the same thing, Q. So you're representing very well here on being the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute. Now we're going to take some time right now to see Malcolm Jamal in action right here on the BAF Solutions Network.
Ashe. Join us. BAF Solutions.
Peace.
Peace, love, and